Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for June 16, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. We've been following the breaking news of a peace deal between the United States and Iran, which aims to reopen the strategic Strait of Hormuz and ease tensions between the two nations. The agreement, set to be signed on Friday, will extend the U.S.-Iran ceasefire, end a U.S. naval blockade on Iranian ports, and launch negotiations on Iran's nuclear program. In related news, global oil prices have begun to drop in response to the announcement, although many analysts caution that the situation remains volatile and subject to change. We've also been covering the G7 summit in France, where world leaders gathered to discuss pressing issues, including the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met with U.S. President Donald Trump and French President Emmanuel Macron to discuss ways to strengthen air defense for Ukraine and advance diplomacy to bring an end to the war with Russia. The meeting sparked hopes of a potential breakthrough in negotiations with Russia, although it remains to be seen whether this newfound momentum will translate into tangible progress on the ground. We'll continue to bring you updates on these developing stories as more information becomes available. For now, that's all from the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, we looked at the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, where a preliminary agreement has been reached between the United States and Iran to end the conflict. The deal, set to be formally signed on Friday in Switzerland, has sparked both optimism and skepticism among world leaders. We'll continue to follow this story and provide updates as more information becomes available. In other news, we examined a developing story in the tech industry where the White House ordered Anthropic's to take its AI model, Fable, offline due to concerns about its vulnerability to hacking. The move has raised questions about government overreach and the potential impact on innovation in the tech industry. Lastly, we reported on the Ebola outbreak in Africa, where health officials are working tirelessly to contain the spread of the disease. We spoke with experts who emphasized the need for continued support and funding to combat this global health crisis. These stories highlight the complex and interconnected nature of our world, where politics, technology, and global health intersect. As we navigate these complexities, it's essential that we prioritize transparency, accountability, and a commitment to the truth. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. We've got a quick rundown of the top stories for you tonight. First off, we saw significant surges in the Indian stock market today, with Reliance Industries leading the charge. The company's shares jumped another 2% on Tuesday, extending its gains from last week's record low level. Morgan Stanley remains bullish on the stock, citing multiple growth triggers across energy, AI, and digital businesses. In other news, IFCI saw a significant surge in its shares as well, rising over 10% intraday after announcing plans to raise funds through a qualified institutional placement. And the National Stock Exchange is set to introduce a new trading platform for algorithmic trades, aimed at reducing trading costs and improving market efficiency. We also looked at the sale of Pizza Hut to Long Range Capital and Yum China Holdings, Inc. for $7.7 billion. The deal is expected to bring significant changes to the brand, with the new owners pledging to revitalize the chain. Finally, we touched on the tech and energy sectors, where innovation and growth are driving momentum. From Pizza Hut's sale to Reliance Industries' gains, it's been a busy day in the world of finance. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we took a closer look at the European Space Agency's ExoMars rover mission, which aims to detect signs of past and present life on Mars. The Rosalind Franklin rover is equipped with state-of-the-art instruments and will launch in 2028 to explore the Martian subsurface for biosignatures. Next, we delved into the world of space exploration once again, this time focusing on a mission to save a stranded spacecraft. The European Space Agency's ExoMars rover has faced significant setbacks. But the team persevered, and the rover is now scheduled to launch in 2028. Lastly, we ventured into the microscopic world with scientist, artist, and community organizer Ariel Waldman, who was on a mission to chronicle the invisible ecosystems that lie beneath our feet. Her project, Life Unearthed, is not just a nature documentary, but also a call to action, reminding us of the importance of conservation and preservation in the face of rapid climate change. These stories showcase humanity's curiosity and drive to explore and understand the universe, from the vast expanse of space to the intricate networks of life on our own planet. Join us next time as we continue to explore the frontiers of science, technology, and innovation. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Firstly, in the world of tennis, we've seen the exciting return of the Williams sisters to the Wimbledon scene, generating considerable buzz and anticipation among fans worldwide. The duo's participation is set to elevate the tournament's excitement, with many eager to see how they will perform. In baseball news, the Toronto Blue Jays made a notable decision by releasing left-handed pitcher Michael Plasmeyer, despite his stellar performance in AAA. This move underscores the challenging choices teams face in balancing organizational needs and player form, particularly during competitive playoff races. Plasmeyer has since been picked up by the Seattle Mariners, offering him a fresh opportunity to continue his strong run. Lastly, turning our attention to the NFL, a recent ranking of backup quarterbacks has ignited an engaging debate among enthusiasts. The list highlights players like Marcus Mariota and Joe Flacco as top contenders, while also acknowledging the potential of others such as Jameis Winston and Mac Jones. This discussion emphasizes the crucial role that reliable backup quarterbacks play in determining a team's success, especially when faced with injuries or other challenges. These stories represent just a glimpse into the dynamic world of sports, where decisions, performances, and player movements can significantly impact teams' trajectories. As we move forward into the new season, it will be fascinating to observe how these narratives unfold and influence the outcomes in their respective leagues. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Howard. First, we explored the complex issue of childhood trauma and parenting in African American communities through the striking art pieces of DMV-based artist Lex Marie. Her work uses belts as a medium to represent the physical and emotional scars of corporal punishment, sparking a conversation about reimagining discipline and moving towards approaches that prioritize human dignity and restorative justice. Next, we delved into the world of politics and legacy, examining how the past continues to shape our present. We discussed the impact of childhood trauma on individuals and communities, highlighting the need for empathy and understanding in creating a more compassionate society. Finally, we celebrated the lifelong dedication and innovation of renowned American artist Bryce Martin, whose comprehensive survey of paintings is set to open at the Gagosian Gallery in Chelsea, New York. This exhibition showcases Martin's remarkable body of work, providing insight into his artistic process and legacy as a testament to the power of creativity and perseverance. These stories remind us that art, trauma, and legacy are intertwined, and that by exploring these complex themes, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our world. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we took a journey into the fascinating world of Frida Kahlo, exploring her enduring legacy and the impact she continues to have on art lovers around the globe. From her iconic self-portraits to her unwavering commitment to feminism, Kahlo's story is one that inspires and captivates audiences of all ages. Next, we celebrated Taylor Swift's latest milestone, debuting at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 with her new single, I Knew It, I Knew You. With this achievement, she's now trailing only the Beatles and Mariah Carey for the most #1 hits of all time. We dove into the numbers behind her success and explored what makes her a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. Lastly, we talked legacy with the Rolling Stones, who are gearing up to release their new album, Foreign Tongues. but it's their 2002 compilation. 40 Licks that's making headlines, having just spent 3 years on the official albums chart in the UK. We examined what this says about the music industry today, and whether it's nostalgia or a resurgence of interest in classic rock that's driving their enduring appeal. Thanks for joining me on this edition of the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joe. Firstly, we explored the remarkable discovery of a new species that has evolved unique traits to thrive in its environment, highlighting the awe-inspiring adaptability of living organisms and the importance of preserving biodiversity. Secondly, we delved into the incredible world of deep-sea ecosystems, where researchers have found that icebergs are having a profound impact on marine life. These natural wonders are acting as oases in the desert of the deep sea, providing food and shelter for creatures that would otherwise struggle to survive. Lastly, we touched on the extraordinary story of a newly discovered species of fish that has adapted to live in harmony with icebergs, demonstrating the intricate relationships between our oceans, ice caps, and the creatures that inhabit them. These stories remind us of the importance of responsible stewardship, conservation, and continued exploration of our planet's natural wonders. As we navigate the challenges of climate change, habitat destruction, and environmental degradation, it's heartening to see the dedication and passion of individuals working towards a common goal, preserving the beauty, wonder, and biodiversity of our planet for generations to come. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.